It's Monday. It's one of the days of the week. We're back on the Rover. So I thought let's just see how it goes. Let's try and get as much done as we can because we've got Frankers sleeping for the next 3 hours. So I would like to do the jack point. It's one of the harder pieces to make just because the steel is heavy and I don't have any tools. So anyway, rocker tacked in, right, just enough that it can't move. And again, we're not making a how-to channel. I'm sure somebody would be happy to tell you how to do it. We're just having some laughs. So, what do we got here? You got the inner rocker, got the middle rocker folded, box in. We got the outer rocker here, and the outer rocker, well, we can have a look. Okay, there's where we are, and here's where we're trying to go. And you can see, while we were tempted to not, I mean, it's actually all looks really good. But, I mean, if you're going to fix that, it means that there's just not really any good way to fix it. You just do the whole thing. So, here we are. And this is what I want to get in there first. You can see there's our longitudinal pieces. Then the jack point is used to box that in. And then inner and outer wheelhouse. And the outer wheelhouse is actually kind of, this looks like a lot of lead, so it looks like everybody's just one big happy shitty kind of mash it all together and let it out at the back. But you can see the outer is turned in here. This one is bent over here. It looks like it's just cut off, and then weld lead out the whole mess because it's going to be a little sloppy. So we'll do a version of that. And anyway, this guy here comes in around the, we're going to save this, nothing wrong with the tube. So I have to grind all this shit off. It's going to be messy just getting this. It's going to, anyway, this is how it goes. This is all we do. You grind shit off. By the time you get to the welding part, you're like, woohoo, this is fun. But this is the part that sucks. So we're going to make this first. We made it out of 16 gauge. It's quite a heavy piece. It's very heavily reinforced here. Of course, you can lift the whole car with that. So one at each corner. Front ones, everybody's done. This one needed doing anyway, So here we are. Well, there's the very, just kind of a rough paper and tape type of thing. Okay, so we'll take this off, we'll lock it up, maybe a good copy, and then we'll put it into some steel. Usually I don't get too fussy with the pattern, but being 16 gauge, it's gonna not want to be, I don't want to be cutting it 3-4 times to get it right. Blank. The trickiest part of this is getting this to bend almost 180 degrees to make the little belly to put the jack tube in. So I'm going to start by bending here and here, bend that as tight as I can, and then have to deal with that. The rest of it is just a matter of folding these flanges over and shrinking or stretching as required, which shouldn't be too much because these are only going to be like a 1/4 inch. And there's the little tube that goes in the jack support there. That's a lot of grinding to clean that guy off. But there we go. So this is what we have there. There. The front ones we were able to take the jack points out and put them aside and rebuild the area around them and then just weld them back on. They're in very good shape. This side I already made from scratch. I just gotta weld the tube back in. Oh, Franker alarm. Guess that's all we're getting done. Sorry it's so cold today. Guess you're just stuck in here with boring old dad. Okay, I gotta get some welding done. You'd be nice, okay? There's your chair. What a good girl. Ready to put the rebuilt jack point in here. So I think I'm gonna splice it into the original one because most of the original one was pretty good. And it's already fitted and lined up and in good shape. So here, let's have a look. Frankers, you stay out of the way, please. Here's the new one. Decided to split it in half and fit it. Want to get it fit really nicely and then weld the two halves together. There won't be any question about it being too wide or too narrow. One extra weld down the middle, but I think worth the extra work to make it fit really nice. So first thing is just going to sand all this, get it cleaned up. Will you go sit over there and be nice, please? Come on. Busy. Very busy, Minnie. Yeah, you're a good girl. Well, there is the jack point support thing spliced in there. You can see original there, new bits in here. So just put some screws in to pull all the pieces tight together, and then we'll take them out one at a time and weld them. Then we're going to fold the inner wheelhouse back down, and then we're going to finish that. And then building towards the outside, this piece you can see goes on last, and that one should close all this up. And that means that we'll have to finish this at the same time, because it's all still very kind of just chucked in there. So again, nothing is finished. Like, it's all just one or two tacks, but I'd like to build all the pieces, make sure everything fits, and then we'll go around and weld it out. You know, except of course where one piece is going to cover up another one, in which case that'll have to be welded out first. But basically, you know, just getting through it one piece at a time here, and then obviously lots of fine tuning and finishing, and we have to fold this edge over to match the rest of it there, and then we'll have to, you know, there's lots of little corners and edges that are got gaps in them, and you know, it's still a couple of full days of work on this, even once the pieces are made. I do occasionally get asked about what are you going to do to rust proof this, and why don't you weld through primer and such, and you know, it's a very legitimate question. As for the weld through primer, nothing wrong with it. I have used it. I don't like the welds as much, but that's really the main reason is that I don't like the fumes. I really don't like inhaling that shit all day. So given the choice, I'll prime it and paint it and whatever after. For priming all this, well, the parts that really matter, the parts that really rust, are the parts that overlap. So if you were to prime all this with epoxy, you still have to grind off the where you're going to weld it, which means you're grinding off the part that is going to be the trouble spot anyway. So to have all the parts that are never going to cause trouble be fully epoxy coated and then grind it all off of the parts where you're going to have a problem, you haven't really added anything to the overall longevity of the project. So what I basically do is I get it all welded out, and then drill holes where necessary, and I just fill the whole thing with that wax cavity stuff. That's how I did the Fury. It's how I did that Citroën that we put to Montreal. And that stuff is, if you get it in there, and you get it in there well, everything is clean. You know, it seeps into the cracks. It heals if it gets scratched. It's essentially really the only thing I've ever seen that really truly, and it drips out of the car for ages. You know, my Fury is still dripping on the ground, but I don't care. Like, that stuff is what I'm going to do. So I hope that makes sense. Everybody does things slightly differently, and again, I'm not telling anybody how to do this. We're just doing it the way that we do it here, and everybody has their own way of doing stuff. That's totally fine. Okay, I'm going to get started on the inner and outer wheelhouse repairs. All right, that was an easy one. Just lay it in there. Weld it out, grind it down, then I'll plug weld it to the jack support, and then we'll clean up this end here so that it sits right about there and runs to here. And then this folds over. We'll just weld this one in, and then we'll do the fun one last. Here's my tape pattern made from the old piece. And then when you lay the pattern flat, in order to get to lay flat, I had to cut that wedge in it. So that tells me that's how much I have to shrink that part of the pattern. So I lay it all flat. Here, see, I got to pinch about 1/4 inch of that to get that to lay flat. Otherwise, it's all sticking up. So, okay, easy. Lay it flat. A little bit here, a little bit. Okay, so now you know. You're gonna have to stretch it here, here. This is how much you have to stretch it. Here, this is how much you have to shrink it. So if you can figure out how much this shrinks per pull, you could actually. So give yourself some idea before you even get started. So we started. Just cut it And now I'm just shrinking, right, and it's piling up in here, which is fine. We stretched it a bit here and here to give me that, but it's still really just a very crude thing. It's pretty heavy, it's like 18 gauge, so it takes a little tapping. Okay, I gotta get a hammer and stuff. A little bit of the old fast forward, I think. Everybody likes the fast forward. Okay, let's go see what we're actually trying to make here instead of whatever this is. Okay, a little hammering. Let's throw it at the see the disadvantage of stretching it with the jaws there, as you can overdo it. In this case it's cracked. Luckily I will be cutting most of that out to build this piece, so it's not going to make a real difference. The important thing is there's a lot of angles there that have to work out when we're done. Now we'll see if it fits the part of the car we made. See, we're getting very close there, so I've just marked this edge and I'm gonna just mark that. I'm gonna trim that off and punch the rest of the holes, and then we're gonna tack that in there. Everything fitting up fairly well at this point. Okay, you happy then? We'll go inside. You don't look very happy. Tired, eh? Cold, hey? Four fingers. Let's get back at the Rover here. Where did I get to yesterday? About here. Okay, well, I've got the outer wheelhouse repair here. I just marked with tape where the excess has to come off. And yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with that. I didn't think it would turn out better than the other side, and it has, so that's kind of fun. Don't get in the way, please. So next now is to tack that in, trim it, tack it in, and then we still have to button up the whole closing it in kind of situation. So we'll have a look at that in a minute here. Right? Good girl. Okay, I think I ran out of battery power last night, so okay, let's see where we're at on this thing. So there's the piece we made. Actually fit really nicely. There's the other one, and so what I did is I boxed it in with an end panel here, and I made that a little bit bigger. It kind of comes up to here. It allowed me to cut that torn part out, and I just welded this piece, folded it, and welded it all in here. So that worked out really well. Now I'm left to button it up on the outside here. There, we should have a pretty reasonable facsimile here. Okay. Good. Well, that's the worst of it. So we'll probably leave it there, and we'll catch up with this once the welding is completely finished. I'm not going to dwell on a bunch of plug welding and grinding. And then we can get started painting the bottom of the car. So that's, we hope, coming up very soon. Still lots of cleaning and whatever to do, but really nice to have the majority of the structural stuff behind us here. Once a year we drag all these shitty old snowmobiles out of the shed, spend about half the day trying to get them to start, and then another 25% of the day trying to get them on the trailer, another 5 or 10% trying to get the trailer tires working, and then get the truck hooked up and get everything loaded and tied down. And then with the 10% of the day that's left, you drive them over to Dan's house and you take them for a rip. So, All that said, we're only about an hour behind schedule, so we're gonna attempt to have some fun if there's anything left of the day. Of course, this far north the sun goes down at 4:30 and it's 2:30 now, so if we're lucky and these things actually start when we get there, we'll get an hour or two of riding in, and that'll be totally worth it. Really not a bad day for it. It's warmed up to -20, so it's 10 degrees warmer than it was the last week, and we got today and tomorrow, and then it's back to -30 something. So you know, we're going to enjoy this little warm spell, and you know, we're going to have a fire, we're going to have some drinks, have some laughs. All right, let's see how it goes. Look at that, double G's.
Hot starter, take a little can of winter.
All right, got the old junker parade.
Still pretty bitey on the face today, though. It's gonna be cold if we get any speed.
It's not super warm. Yeah, it's not super warm. We'll be fighting over the Johnson with the windshield.
So that's why you lifted it, right?
Right?
Just
So
crawl
easy.
in under there.
So easy to work on.
Easy to diagnose. Oh, there's the axle hop. I was just gonna say, it doesn't even have that much axle hop. Got a traffic jam.
There's way more snow back here than the first time we went. Oh, son of a bitch.
to just let her cool back down now?
Yeah. Let my brain cool down. Holy fuck.
Okay, looking at Jim's quarter panel, kind of tacked on more or less right across the whole thing. So just giving it the very first light grinding to get the lumps off, and now can't really finish cleaning the weld up until we've got it more or less laying flat. So I'm going to go around, hammer the weld out till the profile I've already started. So just basically beating the weld flat as of course it wants to shrink. Here's where I lit the handle to the Workmate on fire, so that was cool. And here's where I started gas welding it, and I didn't have the right goggles, and I was trying to use an electric helmet, and it kept turning on and off, and it was just driving me nuts. Maybe we'll do this one with the gas. I gotta get some goggles, that was bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up a little more, get these welds a little better, and then we'll be able to hammer it a little better, and then we'll be able to, you know, just back and forth until we're like bored, and then we'll go do something else. Been pretty busy around here the last few weeks, but I did want to show you guys how far we got on this quarter panel for Jim's car. I've actually done the big join here where we've joined the taillight support panel to the actual quarter panel, and we're starting to just kind of get those fitted up. Obviously never going to drop right on the first time. Got the weld kind of sanded down, and we're just starting to hammer this all kind of into shape a little better. And next time you see me, I'll be installing that, and then we're gonna kind of hammer out the whole thing and see where we're at, and then hopefully another trip back to Mr. Jim's to fit it up again. All right, till Sunday night, tomorrow night, if you're watching this on Saturday. Yeah, thank you guys so much to everybody that ordered one.
Sorry.
Gene thought I was joking.
Yeah, I was like, well, Sunday night.
What? That's not funny.
I know, I need to get that shirt.
Thanks, buddy. That's nice. That's a hearty endorsement from Dean on the shirt.
Awfully crazy. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Local Chevrolet enthusiast group.
Look at this.
I mean, I don't
Really
own a
works
Chevy yet.
Great.
This certainly makes me rethink that decision, though.
Wow, this is
Like, look at the fonts.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic to
This
look
is
at.
incredible.
And all the wood, all the fake wood grain on the metal trim here is all just perfect. Look at the shifter.
Yeah.
Like, look at the texture of
It's
that.
all just very lightly cleaned. We haven't done very much to it.
Level 1.
Just like, Okay, so
This is
anyway, we're gonna get the Oldsmobile Aurora leather seats from the wrecking yard, and
I thought we were going with the high back caravan seats
Look at that.
Makes you want to have a fedora and
and a cigarette.
Cigarettes, yeah.
We were talking about the
real
ashtray
times.
before.
Speaking of which, do we have any period correct darts for this thing?
I don't think we got anything this old.
Sounds like a flame.
Okay,
That's some power.
Tommy Chong's done coughing over here.
You're just saying you're gonna play music over it.
Well. Okay, we got in the blue corner. Hey, do you guys see that? Yeah. This is donated by our buddy Ron Amoroso. So you guys, cheers, Ron. We opened this in the mail a while ago, and we're like, well, what else are you going to use on a 37 Chevy? So the idea is to try these vintage waxes on our vintage victim,
With vintage paint.
on our vintage paint, 1937. Here, I'm going to go around the other side. This side is not polished yet. We're just trying the waxes, just mostly on the traditional merits of smell.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that's the
is there
first
something
test.
else? I don't know.
That's test number 1.
So anyway, this is polished but not waxed. So we're going to give her a little, you know, she's an old girl, but hey, who really hates waxing up the 37 Chevy? Dave hates this car the way. Dave's like, you know,
Can't stand it, you know.
I hate old Chevys. I just hate them. Why do you do this?
Or shall we say,
I've known Dave a dozen years. Finally got
Actually,
one car
before
that he
was
likes.
7.
Oh,
Yeah, just gonna get some Steven ignoring me B-roll. Hey,
yeah.
It's like,
The usual. And we're back.
and we're back to okay, Chevy polish time. I don't know. There's not really a game here. Let's just see how it goes. We got to do the whole thing eventually.
Oh, shoot.
So we're just gonna get some waxes and give them a go. Oh, did you get her going?
I
Let's
got,
have a
I
look.
got the Baraka open.
Let's see.
The Vista,
Oh,
the
yeah.
turbo whipped car wax.
Oh, you're telling me it's not as whipped.
Yeah, yeah, it's designed for today's gay colors.
Like Willie Loman Brown.
Yep. And there we go.
Oh,
the
shit,
reveal.
so that's fine. Grab a puck.
Looks like a National Geographic.
How does she smell? Really? First
It's
thing,
not
right?
bad. It's not bad, but
How
it's
does it
not
smell?
too strong to me. It's not
Oh,
the
it's a
greatest.
classic smell.
It's not terrible.
Hey? Yeah, it's
It's
like
not super
a
strong though.
decomposed
It's
hydrocarbons.
not bad.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nothing like those old chemical smells.
Go to the blue coral.
Oh, this is nice too. Yeah. See, this is actually mint.
Look at how nice that is.
That's mint.
It's not bad, but again, it's not too strong.
Oh man, this stuff smells like grandma's fruit pudding.
Yeah, like it's not
Oh,
bad.
that's
but
nice.
For the original Simonize now.
Original Simonize.
Never experienced original.
Oh, dude,
you've
get
hyped
ready.
up the original
There's
Simonize a
nothing
lot.
like it. There's nothing like it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the old girl there.
Oh,
Let's give it a stir. Yeah, we'll get her going.
Old
Hang on.
Faithful.
Okay, so that's the real contenders here.
Well,
Oh, and turtle wax, of course.
Old Faithful.
Our
Have
fave.
a whiff of the Beryllium, man.
Brilliant. Oh, this
It's the
is.
Beryllium
we've
that
smelled
does
this
it.
stuff for years. This is good.
Hey.
I always
That's
have
nice.
Okay, well, I don't know.
a kiss right to
I
the
seem to
throat.
remember thinking that Simonize smelled the best, but it's a little weak on top here.
Yeah, well, like this turtle wax is just top notch.
And it's definitely waxy.
Then we got the Newport, right?
Oh yeah, polish your Chrysler Chrome.
Rub on, rinse off.
Rinse off.
Ooh, more
I
dust.
don't know, that's the sponge that's supposed to smear it on with. It's kind of turned to a kind of a barnacle,
Cake.
kind of a cakey powdered product.
Beryllium really
Brilliant,
cuts through it all.
really,
It's the-
brilliant
Really
cuts,
cuts
through.
through. Yeah. And this is original Simonize.
This is original Simonize. What, Dave? What year is that from?
It's already got French, so it might be like mid-60s.
All right.
I would think.
And how's the
late
smell?
60s. Late 60s.
The smells.
It's not bad. It's a little more tame. You know, compared to the other But it still has that nice kind of a smoke. But I would say it's probably mid-60s, mid to late even.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's got
Furniture,
water,
cars,
water,
and
water here
floors.
in the front.
Waxes for all.
Okay,
Natural.
that looks great.
Okay, now let's pull it. Do you have polish?
Now, I think we'll do the next one.
And then just do,
We'll
do the
buff them
final
all
buff
at the
it all.
same time,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you want to buff it? Oh, okay, that'd be a grand finale.
Right, there's your finale,
You
right?
got polish class?
What are we doing next?
The Vista.
The Vista
Let's do
crayon?
the Vista. That's
Oh,
the-
man.
that's the other
I don't want
side.
to damage
Yeah,
the
get the
car.
maraca.
Get that.
Oh, I
Pretty
don't know.
Looks like it's for King Tuss
Oh,
too.
let's see if we can get some going here. Oh yeah, she'll come. Sure. Oops. This is gonna get a bit painful. Oh no, it works good. Look at. It's very soft, right? Like it was like, well, it's whipped, right? It's like when they get
Yeah.
whipped butter. It's,
Oh,
so it's
that's-
mostly air.
That's
right?
the turbo whipped wax.
turbo whipped,
Actually,
right?
it comes on nice. It seems to be coming with butter.
Yeah, it should be going okay, right? But it's just that it's all come away from the edges of the can. But as soon as you get it going, it's fine. It's turbo whipped, buddy.
A lot more cloudy on application. Or
Could be. Well,
different.
let's do our perennial favorite,
Oh, brilliant.
the old
The old heavy hitter.
honey, get daddy another beer.
Yeah.
Dad's got to wax the Oldsmobile one more time.
Yeah, old faithful.
Oh, fucking hell.
This will be really neat, actually, how it'll turn out. It'll be really interesting.
This is my #1 vote for smell.
Yeah, it's pretty
It is,
good,
it is,
actually.
this is
Yeah,
good.
this is cool,
This is
eh?
old
Okay,
stuff.
clean,
Never
clean.
used.
Do.
That's fresh, never been used.
70-year-old stuff.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, it goes on nice.
Oh, yeah. You'd think
This is
way-
the one. This is recommended by
this is
grandpas
way-
around the world for your GM lacquer jobs. And who's got a GM lacquer job that needs old grandpa wax? Me. And luckily, Ron sent it. This was the stuff, hey. I'd never
This was nice stuff.
never had a car that was worth washing, much less waxing. Here we are, though. Bringing back. This would be. I'd like to know. I'll have to look into the lacquer on these. If it's an acrylic lacquer or if it's a nitro. I think it's acrylic lacquer. That was one of the things.
Well, one of those was saying it was good for acrylic, so.
Yeah, that's this.
These are acrylic.
I believe.
My
You know,
65
somebody will correct me. Believe, you know how the internet is. If you're even a tiny bit wrong, somebody will point it out. So
should
we're gonna
call
say
you out.
it's painted with polished butterfly poo. Like whatever. Somebody will call you out, even if you're right. Okay, look at that. That's 4 different. Is that? Well, I guess that's where we're done, folks. We're not gonna use the chrome cleaner on the paint. Okay, that's,
Oh, that's
fun.
a chrome cleaner. I guess
Yeah.
that's why it says chrome cleaner.
Well, I didn't want to, belabor.
I just grabbed it because I had the Newport on it.
Newport polish. Well,
Time for the final buff.
yeah. Well, we'll give it the light.
Simon,
Grandpa had to get this shit off the side of the car too, and this feels like glue.
you don't know until you start the second one. It's coming up nice.
Oh yeah.
It should, pretty. Shouldn't be bad.
Okay.
Not
Ooh, feels very nice. Very good, hey? Not the easiest one to get off, that's for sure.
It's a bit tougher.
This is the Vista pass now.
Oh,
There you go, like an orbital buffer now.
Yeah. It's underhanded. Like so many things. We don't really have the opportunity to do longevity tests, so I'm not going to run it through 400 car washes. Still shiny.
still shiny.
Carpets are ruined. Headliner's ruined. Still shines.
But we don't care. We're just new car.
Wow, there we go. Well, it came off easier, considering it looks like an old crayon. Okay, what are we doing here? Oh, this is the smell champion. Brillium corner, right?
It looks.
This is the Brilliant bar.
Brillium pass.
Both for Simon is the both ones.
Oh, Brillium comes off the easiest. Brillium was for lazy Sunday dad getting half cut. Brillium is like, it's more about the buzz and the just staying out of the wife's way for a little while. And that's what really made it Brillium.
Nice.
But you know, I'd say more slippery and less slippery. Right? It's not
feel the
as
salmon eyes.
slippery.
Salmon-
Honestly, I didn't expect any difference at all.
Salmon eyes is like,
I figure it's all the same.
it's just gonna.
Yeah, right? Okay, well, and this is the blue.
That looks like it's pretty not coming off very easily.
Well, it's a little bit greasy,
Yeah.
but not pushing hard.
It took a bit of.
Still see these little spots where there was a tarp rubbing on it.
Tarp rash?
Tarp rash there. It's mostly gone. That was really
Oh,
obvious
really?
before. Yeah.
So when it was covered, how long was it covered?
No idea.
No idea. Come on, here. This is good.
Uh,
Oh, just that's fine.
Is that
I'm
it?
being
You missed a spot.
I'm being such.
oh, hey, you should be doing some.
I mean, so
Isn't that something?
that's nice. How does it feel?
Oh, this is smoothest.
Salmonized. There's beryllium right here. You can feel literally
Yeah,
the difference. The beryllium. Oh yeah, that's nice.
That just slides.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at that.
That's the blue coral.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Salmonized is good too, but
Yeah.
this is really pretty poshy stuff.
This, I was surprised,
Yeah,
but
that's the beryllium.
this
It's
one
a
is,
little bit.
but it was also the easiest to put on and take off. This is more like,
Sure.
you know,
Sure.
This is like that's
kids don't leave dad alone for a couple of
it's like the 50s equivalent of the
Yeah.
modern like turtle spray wax
It's,
Yeah,
or
it's
something
yeah,
like that.
it's kind of the
Yeah,
all-purpose
because
wax
it was
that anybody
liquid,
could put on.
right? They all look like you can't tell where there's a stripe where we did one and not the other. Right?
It's tough.
I didn't expect any difference, so I'm really happy to see that there is some. That's definitely nicer than this. As a matter of fact, it gets noticeably shinier right
Sure.
here.
Like it's smoother even than, and this is smooth too.
Yeah, it's all really nice. But I think
you can feel a little bit of
that
resistance.
one for
in
it is extra work to get it off though. So there you go.
Sure, sure. It takes
Well,
a
even
little
back then,
Wow. No.
well, not quite as nice. Way less work. A little more work. Quite fancy.
Sure. The Vista, like how it goes on. That
The
cream,
Vista's nice, yeah,
It's
and
it's cream. That looked just a little
certainly
bit
every bit as
easy to
good
take
as
off.
as the other. Yeah, yeah, sure. Well, we'll finish it up, then we'll do this side, and then we could try some compounds on the other side. Look at that! Doesn't she feel nice
Look
for
at
such
that.
an old girl
Yeah,
now?
No kidding. No kidding.
And we'll clean all the windows nice. We'll clean the tires. We'll fucking pop these dents out.
Sure.
And the car can sit back there until I have time. But it's just so nice. Easiest,
Okay.
smells best.
Takes a bit more to take
Nicest,
off, but it's the
final
smoothest-
appearance.
Smoothest of all.
This
Goes on
nice,
Smooth.
nice, and this
Good
also
old yeah.
very nice.
Salmonized has some good.
Probably these two are the slipperiest when you're done, right?
Sure.
I would say, and just barely over that, but both well clear of this. So if we're just going for like sliding the cowl off the hood,
Sure. Get the
then
Vista.
I think it's this one. And if you want the easier,
easier to take off.
maybe this was
Vista's
cheaper.
great
Look,
too.
this was $5 at the antique mall. So if you can find some at your
You
antique
can
mall.
find any more.
What is this? What year we got here?
That's late 50s.
Late
for sure. That would
50s?
be- I've got ads for that, so probably 58.
Period.
It's about the same because it says
think
54
54
on it somewhere here.
Yeah,
1254.
That's the copyright, so it would be anywhere
Yeah,
probably
so
December
mid-
54, so it's probably 5, 6, 55, 6.
55, 6, yeah. And here, late 60s. All of this week's miniature car action brought to us by the Kyle Clark collection here. And are we going to do more of this? Oh, very likely.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Kyle was telling me how hard some of this stuff is to get, and I just can't believe it. And by the sounds of it, I should have just stuck to collecting toy cars because the return is probably better. I had some of these as a kid, they're just all long gone now. Oh yeah. I'll show you which one I had.
The bug bite.
The bug bite, it was one of the first ones, wasn't it? There it is. Yeah. Can we get in there? Yeah, I had that one. And you had to, and this one had the long track, right? It was just a big long ribbon track, yeah. Oh, that's funny. And if you went too far, it would eat your car, and you had to get points. Yeah, I remember that one. We had the helicopter too. Kyle is a pretty serious Hot Wheels collector, so
I don't know if I'm
We're gonna-
serious. I'm not serious about
been
anything.
obsessed with Hot Wheels since you were 3. Is there anything you're missing?
Oh, there's lots of stuff I'm missing.
What's on your radar then?
More Dioras.
Dioras, yeah.
I don't have a blue one. Blue ones are pretty hard to find.
Blue Dioras. All right, just putting that out there.
Yeah, that's-
Somebody will be, yeah. If anybody's cleaning out the old closet, stay tuned for more toy car carnage.
Look how shiny it is now. Wow,
You'll
man.
take it, eh?
Okay.
Right? What a difference. This thing was looking pretty tired, so.
Huh.
Well, we've got still a long way to go, but we have this kind of area here.
Yeah.
So, of course, that's the easiest part to do.
So what's next for the Chevys?
Oh no, this is all wax too.
It looks like you did pretty good so far, man.
Doesn't it look nice? Like
Yeah.
it's really coming around. I'm just not touching this fender.
No?
There's not much point until we decide what we're doing about the damage.
Okay.
Let's work on the Model T. I think it's
Sure.
feeling a little neglected
Okay.
because it's not had any attention for several days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tonight's job is drain the fuel, see what's plugging up the fuel system, see how that goes, and then
Cut to Menace.
cut to Menace dog.
You help Menace?
Yeah, she's helping. Okay. Menace dog's very sad after 3 weeks of minus 30.
It's cold.
The fire alarm battery has died. Can you hear that? Beep, beep, beep. Man, everything is packed in, eh?
Yeah, I should have taken it
Not
out.
very good. The thing is, we can work on them now. I should let everybody know that I'm not working on the Fury this week just because it's in the unheated part of the garage, and it's not minus 30 in there. But even if it's, I mean, it doesn't have to be difficult to like get glue to work and stuff. So it's just too cold. It's just unrealistic. Whereas when it's, you know, literally 50 degrees warmer on this side of the wall, I just got to work in here. So anyway, that means for us, we have to work on this sweet Model T.
Cool.
So let's do that. If we get that done, then maybe I'll start making a new floor. Definitely. Okay, just butterfly it up and then lift up the front, pull out the back, fold it right up all the way, and hand it to him. Thank you. Easy. Easy, see?
Easy.
See?
Okay, now there's your fuel flow.
You just gotta get the gas out of the tank first.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's an exit part. I'll take that back. I'll be taking this back.
I'll be taking this. Wow, great lighting again by the coldwarmotors team. Hang on a second.
There we go. Ah, come on, focus, you idiot.
Me? You? The camera's. I'm assuming.
Ah, sweaty.
The autofocus, it's a bit hyperactive. It's a bit frustrating.
The servo.
Well, it's just constantly, if I go like this and it's like, whoop, focus, you know. There. Pretty basic. Get some gas coming out of there. What? Nothing?
Let's say that so.
Is it empty? Might be empty. Oh, there she goes.
Oh, okay, there she goes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty weak sauce.
And we're gonna wait for that to drain, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, well, no point in filming that then.
Okay.
Tank is drained. It's 1.5 beers later.
Yeah, took a while this time.
It did. Yeah, it's draining very slowly. So anyway,
Drinking very slowly.
yeah. Let's take that out first and see what's going on. Because if this ain't clogged, then we got to go in there. I'd prefer not to take the tank out, but I don't really care. It's pretty full of crap.
Well, look at the tank side too.
Well, let's see what's going on. I'd prefer-
Yeah, I wonder why it plugged.
But honestly, I think that's it.
Okay.
Like, is it? It's actual rust.
Okay.
Where is it? No. See that?
Sediment?
It's just.
Like just chunks of
I
sediment.
think it's just dirt and clay. It basically turned to clay, so it's not rust, which is good. I didn't want it to be rust.
No.
I think it's just crap. I think that there's a filter in here that's plugging, because I mean that's bad. But
Well,
it's,
yeah. Again, I wonder what it was plugging with.
I think we're in the neighborhood anyway. Here's where she all ended up, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Some chunks.
it's pretty chunky in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Chunky.
okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. That's easy. And I'm not taking the whole tank out for that. Honestly, I don't think that it's much worse than that. We'll clean it up the best we can. If it plugs again in the first time we drive it, we'll pull the tank out. But
How's the Hyundai starting?
Good, I buy a new battery for it, and Scott and I put on tires, but not balanced, but that's okay. It still goes. But 400,000 K, almost, it's kind of beat to hell. Like the back, you see the back struts are like, you and Scott's like, look at your struts, are like hammered way out. It's one of those, one of those cambered out cars now.
Yeah.
Like,
He's rocking the Onican
oh man,
Devil Camber.
it's so bad. Eventually, it'll have to be retired. I'll get something better.
No, you won't.
fucking World Canoeing Championships.
Yeah. She's a bit of a canoe, yeah.
Row.
How fast are you?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Sweet.
That's good jointmanship, Dean. What do we call it? Casual Thursdays with Dean
Yeah.
and Steven.
It's kind of casual.
Who's got Frankers' chair? Kind of casual.
Yeah, Frankers is
I mean,
just
it's
chilling.
semi-formal, but it's
Yeah.
kind of casual.
Frankers is chilling in the
Frankers is
TV.
chilling on the floor or on the seat. And we got... I'm not going to pull the tank out of the T because I think we found the problem here. And not saying this didn't come from the tank, but I think we got most of it actually. So this is ridiculous. Okay, this is seriously, I'm not making this up here. Like,
Oh, you're doing a line?
there we got her now. Wow. I don't know why it was like leaning out and stalling as I was driving. There. It's just dust. It's just literally dust. Right?
I wonder if it's whatever was just sitting on the bottom of the tank.
It might be dried up
then
old gas.
But
And,
then
I
it
don't
just
know.
reacted once
Yeah.
new gas is put
Yeah.
in on top of it, if you know what I mean.
Huh. Well,
It just started
Anyway.
to peel.
it's definitely not supposed to be in there. Wow, that filter did a great job because the car ran fine all the time
Until it didn't.
until it absolutely wouldn't go anymore.
But, you know, you really can't blame it with that.
Like, stupid thing.
Yeah. What a piece of shit.
What a piece of shit. All right, let's put that back together. I think we might have solved our big mystery problem here tonight on tape team.
Tape team.
Tape team on BBC.
Time tape.
Oh yeah, pipe threads. Well, the thing is,
Because-
the pipe threads about the taper. It's supposed
Yeah.
to be self-sealing.
Yeah.
I don't really think you're supposed to.
Well,
Is
you're
it
just
great?
trying to take up some of the
I just
slack.
want to tighten it up.
Yeah.
It's sealed okay. That's it. We're gonna try that because
Okay.
otherwise we're going all the way around.
But
And,
you felt resistance.
oh man, can you imagine if you get it? So you'd get it three quarters of the way, and you'd be like, it's gonna break. Like
Yeah.
another turn is a lot.
Yeah.
Then I'm just not gonna do it. Look at wow, took several pieces off without any apparent damage.
Is there supposed to be a cover to the coils or just like this?
Yeah, there is.
Oil cover?
Thanks for reminding me, Mr. ModelT judge.
Yeah, I don't know. But these cars are really
6
neat.
years running.
Oh man, no, I just.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a coil there or a cover, but man, that's all pretty old girls. Like everything's a little bit. Oh yeah, and then you try and put the cover on, and it's kind of like trying to get all the old ladies back into their prom dresses. It's not
The belt's been loosened.
right over the years. That shit's been let out a couple of times. Then you try clamping the cover on there, and she's just like, no.
Touch
Now
on-
back to the serious business of where's the Uga horn go? I've seen this kind of scenario.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Touch,
Yeah.
a touch on the side of
I
Jay.
kind of like that actually. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
And it is kind of somewhat out of the way.
It's
You-
not really miserably in your way.
You'd have to kind of like index
But
it.
no, I
off
can't.
center.
It's now you're making this structure,
Yeah.
right? It's
crap.
bad enough that the hood sits on that. No, we can't hang shit off of a soldered joint like that. Menace dog is sleeping in the T. Yeah. And we're very content with the state of the fuel system such as it is.
Yeah. Much better.
Hoping for T test drives this week. Supposed to get up to actually not miserably cold, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to have as much goofing off time as we would have liked. It's just too cold. Usually we'd like to spend a little more time running around with Menace dog and stuff, but it's, it's just miserable. Even with her boots on, I'm worried that she'll get too cold, so let's go see how she's doing. How's it going, poo-poo dog? Having fun? Angus doesn't like wearing her boots. Hey, Braggers. Hey, thanks everybody, as always, for watching the video and, you know, for hanging out with us. Always have a lot of fun putting it together. Hope everybody's having a great new year. Hey, Boo Boo. You want me to take your boots off? Okay. Let's go. This is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.